Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they've started the season with 2 wins and 2 losses. Not stupendous, but there have been some positive moments in those 2 wins that they might be looking to duplicate here tonight.
The Pistons play before the home crowd. And we've got it right here on 2K Sports, live from downtown Detroit. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Philadelphia. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
That was the primary difference maker to me. Their lack of getting boards is what ultimately buried them in that game.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thanks very much. Andre Drummond is the most prolific rebounder in the league. He said, every time I see a shot go up, it's like a pass to me. Guys focus on points and getting assists. My goal is to go out and get 20 rebounds a night. Kevin?
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. We have a long season still ahead of us. Smitty, as a veteran, how much did you look to pace yourself as the season was going on, but in particular the early part of the season?
Great question, Kevin. I think you look at it as a veteran, you got to assess the situation. If you got to come out there and I guess push your pace as a veteran because you want a team to get off to a good start, hopefully the younger guys can continue that pace, or you have a team that is going well and they know you need them at the end. It's a tough call for some veterans, and that's why you see the veterans hanging around that can do both.
So Detroit, Julia, he's checked in for Detroit. Ellington comes in for Robinson. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. John Henson's checked in for Thompson. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. AI is checked in for Jetty Osman. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Clarkson. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Sexton and Smith are the guard tandem. John Henson out there with Larry Nance. And it's AI in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Smith following the basket by Blake Griffin. 9 feet out. And it's AI with the bucket inside. And Jackson dealing with knee tendonitis, Steve. Then last season, a serious ankle sprain.
Grade 3, as bad as it gets. One of the league's most imposing point guards. He's got to be right, though.
Now here is Dellavedova. AI shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning
rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 3. AI dishes to Henson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Henson's got his first points of the night.
Squads play each other 4 times this season. Oh, I love that dish down low.
Here's Dellavedova after the basket by Detroit. To the left side wing. AI in the post. Ellington defending, and that one drops for him. Can't hit.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
On the wing, Nance. Here's AI. And the layup's good off the glass. AI's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. But then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Back right after this. It's been a non-traditional basketball journey for AI. He talks about his time playing in China.
Before coming to the NBA, I knew I had a lot of growing to do. You know, not just in my game, but who I was as a person as well. Playing in China wasn't the typical path here, but it's exactly what I needed in that time in my life. So there's some great basketball being played over there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that talent come over to the NBA.
And AI was the first to follow this path, but now, Greg, that the trail has been blazed, we could see many more.
And basketball is such a global sport and played in so many countries that it was just a matter of time before a story like AI's happened.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, hands out there with Zizic.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
To the wing right side. And AI gets it to go on the assist from Dellavedova.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Count it.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. At the elbow, it's AI. Lays it up off the glass. AI's got 13 points. Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons lead by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, you have been playing great the last few games, and that has carried over into this game. How have you had everything clicking?
Man, if I knew the answer to that, I'd be on a streak like this forever. But nah, for real, DA. My body feels great. My head's in the right place. You know, and I'm feeling pretty confident. So I'm also getting great support from our fans. And I just want to keep this going as long as possible.
They're rolling 7 so far, and that gives you a lot of confidence. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last. Is checked in for Cleveland. To the paint.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Love. Great showing for him last season. 12th in rebounding, 12th in free throw percentage, and he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team.
Well, a big focus for the Pistons.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries that have really held him back.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ellington's checked in. And Reggie Reggie Jackson in 2016-17, battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Pushing it up. Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
That's a good look by Kevin Love. The decision-making with the ball in his hands makes him different than other forwards.
It's tipped. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets big.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady.
Second bucket tonight.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up. All different levels of playmakers in the league right now, but some guys, Steve, have an innate vision that just can't be taught.
Yeah, I love watching Chris Paul with his vision. Even Ben Simmons, a younger guy who can pass the basketball. DeMarcus Cousins is a guy who has great vision for his size, has a great feel for the game. It's just so many guys. Ricky Rubio is another guy who can pass the basketball.
Yes.
And Lonzo Ball,
good name.
a young guy. Those guys have just that innate vision. They can see 2 plays.
With the rebound. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 14-6 run. Offensive rebound. From past the arc. Another 3 for Cleveland.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute.
Hussman comes in for AI. And so we see the Cavaliers get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, congratulations on the win. You were the driving force out there on offense, so why were you so effective?
Well, you know, they didn't make it easy on me, DA, but I was determined to get us all the points that we needed, no matter how they were playing me. I didn't want to leave it to anyone else tonight, you know. I just wanted to be the one to get us there and to get our fans and get everybody this victory, so I'm glad it worked out.
Well, your fingerprints were all over this game tonight. Well deserved. Congratulations. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.